Hey guys, welcome to day 5. You made it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so today we're talking about income and expenses. We've gone over goal setting. We've gone over selling. We've gone over tracking your sales. We've gone over booking and holding appointments. We've also gone over team building. Wow. If your mind isn't blown, I don't know what to do. Okay, so today we're talking about finances, tracking your income and expenses. I talked a little bit about this earlier this week, and today I'm gonna really focus on it again. It can be something that's a little uncomfortable, not gonna lie, but it's super important because seriously, again, it's all about taking that paycheck and not paying your employer to hire you and keep you employed. All right, so businesses track. If it's important to track our appointments, it's important to track our income and expenses as well. So know your return on your investment. Your time is also your investment. So for those of you that are doing vendor events or craft fairs and spending 6 to 8 hours there, or 6 to 8 hours on social media, that is your time, and your time is an investment too. So we need to know what we're tracking. All right, so let's go into that. How do you track your expenses? So now some people use things like QuickBooks or other programs out there, and that's fantastic. I am not a QuickBooks girl. I have tried it 3 different times. I don't like it, and here's the reason why I don't like it. For me, I accept payments in 5 different ways: Venmo, PayPal, Square, cash, check. So that means with QuickBooks, I'm balancing 5 checkbooks every single week. Now, you know what? I believe my time is spent more valuable with my clients versus with my checkbooks. So I choose not to do that. I have created a program myself along with my CPA, and it works phenomenally, and I love it, and I utilize it, and I tell all my clients about it. And it's an Excel program, so it's constantly reusable every single year. I love that part too. So how do you track expenses? Now that means everything. You know, when we're tracking our expenses, we're tracking the things that we're purchasing all the time for our business. You know, sometimes we look at things, we're like, oh my gosh, that's going to be so great. I want that, I want that, I want that. And then it's in one of these cubes and we don't use it. And it maybe wasn't a good expense. Okay, or maybe you have an addiction to Staples, Amazon, Office Depot, anything, and we just keep buying and buying and buying and buying and buying for our business because it's fun and it's cool. But it's part of your income that you're exploiting, right? That's part of the income. Remember, we talked about that, whether you're taking a 40% or 50% profit, we talked about that. And is it necessary for your business to thrive and succeed? So those are things that we need to look at here. So how do we track expenses? How do we track our income? Are we tracking our income because it's just a check that we deposit into our bank account? Or are we tracking our income based on we're paying ourselves monthly, bi-monthly, weekly, and that is our actual income subtracted from the expenses? Here's another thing. Do you have all of your receipts in a shoebox? Do you feel like this kitty at the end of the year and you're like, oh my gosh, everybody else is going out and having New Year's Eve parties. Meanwhile, I'm trying to organize shoebox after shoebox after shoebox of receipts. And I won't have all of this organized until March, so I'll get my taxes filed in time. Or do you have an expense sheet that you can just enter it in once a week, take 5 minutes of your time, and boom, it's done? How are you tracking your expenses? Do you know your profit and loss margins at a glance? Do you know your profit and loss margins at a glance, where you can actually look at an Excel spreadsheet and say, ta-da, here it is. I know my red and my green. I know right now I'm at a 60% profit margin for the month, or nope, you know what? I have spent way too much money this month. So if you have an Excel spreadsheet or a QuickBooks, you can look at that, and I highly recommend that you're looking at that twice a month. Don't go looking at it at the end of the month. I know a lot of us look at stuff at the end of the month and we're like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the month and I'm done and I'm going to look at my profits and loss margins. Well, now you've looked at it at the end of the month and there's absolutely no way you can change anything. So looking at it on the 30th of every month is not doing you any bit of good. because what's happening is you have no way of changing it. Rather, if you look at it the 15th, now you've got 2 weeks that you can allocate a change in your business. And then you look at it on the 30th and you can see, oh my gosh, the last 2 weeks I was able to get out of the red and into the green. If we only look at it on the 30th, we're like, well, you know what? That was a crappy month. So really allocating to look at your profit margins on the 15th and the 30th. You can also make sure all your bills are due for your business on the 15th and the 30th as well. That way you're going out there to pay bills and at the same time you're looking at your profit and margins. All right, next thing is like I said, do you have a software tracking device for this? Again, there's many apps. There's QuickBooks I referenced earlier, or you can utilize anything. If you need help with that, please reach out to us. And then the last question is, are you willing to invest the time to learn all of these things? You know, I will tell you, like I said, I've been in business for 27 years, and it wasn't the first probably 10, 12 years, I did not do a profit and loss margins for my business. I didn't. And I really regret it because it was the last 15 years that I've actually been able to make a profit in my business. And the reason why is because I'm tracking. Winners track. It's super important to do that. So what I'm saying is, are you willing to invest the time to learn? The time, because your time is an investment, and are you willing to invest in the software or the products that you need to do it? So whether you're building it yourself, that's a time investment because you have to create that in a software program, or if you're doing it yourself, or if you're purchasing it, that's an investment too. So I'm letting you know that throughout this last week, we have given you lots of different tools. We have given you the tracking, the income producing activities and the tracking devices. We've given you opportunities to use an expense sheet. And I'm telling you that you can simply purchase these systems from us right now, and we will teach you how to utilize them in a 30-minute video call, or you can go out and create them yourselves. Now, I know that some of you said, well, do you have a social media tracking device? And my answer is yes, we do. We also have a social media tracking system too. And we have put that together for you as well. And I have it right here, except I grabbed the wrong envelope, but it's very similar to these right here. And on the back, it's social media tracking. So you can have the social media tracking, or you can have the book sell recruit tracking. You get to choose which tracking device you want. And then also we will teach you how to use the profit and loss systems that we sell too, if that's something that you want. So here's the deal. You have the option to take control of your business now. Get set up. Kickstart your business with the right systems. We're happy to help here at Team Win and let you know, answer any questions that you have, let you know your options. We're here for you. All right, you guys, have a great day. Bye.